Shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. I want to start off and give all honors and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who have taught us his truth and who rule well. Peace and safety and salutations out there to you sincere and you hopeful elect, scattered abroad across the four winds of this earth. All right, I'm your fellow servant, Malakia, coming in with another lesson today. This lesson is going to be going into the coming chaos that is erupting, okay, throughout these major cities, okay? And here's just one that I'm going to report on. You know, brothers have been reporting on the one out there in Chicago. I believe the other one was in, Colorado. You have out there in New York. But now this is another state and another city going into Ohio. I believe it's Springfield. And now this is where it's going to be, the news is talking about there is an influx of a mass amount of so-called Haitians. Today, we would know them as coming from the tribe of Levi. Many of these immigrants, they have moved into this city. I believe it was, I forgot, some odd thousands had an influx of immigrants coming into the city, all right, and they're bringing chaos, and you have the citizens, they're complaining about it. So therefore, it's making contention, all right, in between the different nations. I'm going to go ahead and get into just a quick, insert going into, what's going on, just reporting on it, because this is a part of the news and prophecy, showing you that what the time is at hand to where Esau Edom is gearing up, many of these different cahoots, that are happening, throughout these different major cities. Sooner or later it's going to hit a town near you. We're starting to see the rise of these different civil matters. But here it is from naturalnews.com, Mike Adams. I'm just going to go ahead and play a couple videos, maybe like one or two. And I have a news article as well, want to go into just a point of, just us watching as the watchmen of Israel. Here it is, we're supposed to watch and give warning onto you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians. All right, they give y'all, get y'all to jump on really what's happening. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to play it right quick, this small clip, and we're going to go on and continue with the lesson.
And as you may be aware, the migrant invasion of the United States of America has reached a new milestone as migrants are taking over Springfield, Ohio. And the residents of Springfield have been testifying in recorded city council meetings about what's going on. And it's a straight up invasion. This is a town of about 60,000 people. And the federal government has dumped 20,000 Haitian migrants into that town. Now, we're going to play some videos for you here. This is a straight up invasion. It's already done. It's all by design. And what you're about to see over the next few months is the activation of these invaders. Orders will be given for them to, quote, activate, which we'll talk about here coming up, because, folks, you haven't seen anything yet compared to what's coming, and the clock is ticking. So let's go to the first video here of a woman who talks about how she can't take it anymore because the Haitian migrants squat on her lawn, litter in her yard, and harass her and her elderly husband. So check this out. Here we go.
Noel? Thank you.
I live at 426 Northwestern Avenue. Miss Skinner, who I'm not trying to put on the spot, is my neighbor.
Just talk to me, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And I'm done with what I'm seeing. It is so unsafe in my neighborhood anymore. I have the homeless that were trying to camp out, and I have made concessions with them, and I try to help them the best I can to keep them from trying to squat on my property. But it is so unsafe. I have men that cannot speak English in my front yard screaming at me, throwing mattresses in my front yard, throwing trash in my front yard. And I can't. Look at me, I weigh 95 pounds. I couldn't defend myself if I had to. My husband is elderly, and last night, after living in this home for 45 years, he said, Noelle, guess what? It's time to pack up and move. He said, we can't do this anymore. He said, it's killing both of us mentally. I don't understand what you expect of us as citizens. I mean, I understand they're here under temporary protected status, and you're protecting them, and I understand that our city services are overwhelmed and understaffed. But who's protecting us? If we're protecting them, who's protecting me? I want out of...
Right, because as we see, the elites, this is all orchestrated, orchestrated. These things are planned. These things have been in the works for years, and now these things are being rolled out. These things are being manifested. This is where the citizens are going to try to stand up eventually, because this is what the elites want. They want order out of chaos. They want this to happen. This is a part of their agenda, what they need to happen in order for the next phase to happen. The people to rise up against each other. Let me get that right quick. And, this is a quick point. This is the book of Matthew 24. I'm gonna get. I'll start at verse 6, but the point is in verse 7. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." For years we've been hearing about wars, rumors of wars. Don't let these things trouble you. You're gonna know at the exact and right time when it is a true war. Many people they put it to the side. They think there's not nothing that's ever gonna come to the U.S. Okay, but this is the invasion of these different immigrants, these migrants have came into the U.S. Onto their soil. This is a part of an act of war. All right, and it's an act of war that has been governed, all right, by these elites, and orders have been going down onto the governors, okay, to push this. This is why you see so many different. They are allowing it. How is it so many of these different migrants and immigrants coming in from one place and they're just getting dropped off in one city? This is everything is gearing up, towards Jacob's trouble, man. This is deemed the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. We're getting ready to see a lot of chaos erupting. Especially this is the year of the so-called election. Got these immigrants. They're just coming in by the floods. We got pestilence. We have rumors of wars. We got the economic collapse happening. So many different things are happening, all right, simultaneously at one point. So showing that we are at the end. Okay, the scripture says the end is not yet. It says, for nation shall rise against nation. These are nations of people. Nations, such as, you have the Edomites. You got Jacob coming to, from the 12 tribes of Israel, your so-called blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians. We got these other different nations, such as, you got Elam, you got Moab, you got Japheth, etc., so on and so forth. So many of these different nations are going to be fighting against each other. And you're going to have division even amongst themselves. You're going to have Jake against Jake. You're going to have these Edomites against such as other Edomites, because there's a division of people's minds and their thoughts and different beliefs and their philosophies of what they believe in. So it's going to bring contention. Okay, so nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Okay, going to these different world wars. All right, that's happening. Okay, that's happening with the rumors of wars. But things are speeding up, it's amping up. It said there shall be famines and pestilences. We're in this time where the famines and the pestilences are coming. Okay, especially the famine. All right, that's quickly approaching. The same thing with these pestilences. How is it that within a span of, I forgot how I remember I seen a video or article, I believe, going into it. How is that all these different diseases and famines are rising? You know, what's that out there in Atlanta, Texas? You know, these different STD cases. All right, this is a part of pestilence that are arising. They said, well, in diverse places. What's the other one? It's here in the U.S. Well, you got the so-called the monkeypox. You got the, what's that with the mosquitoes? The EE. You got another one with the sloth. I believe it was a sloth disease. You know, etc. Just shit that's just coming up out of nowhere, and these things are just spreading more and more and more. This is a part of the pestilence. It says in earthquakes. Hey man, you can look up on right now. Look up the different type of earthquakes that's happening around the earth. You know, each day there at least minimum, I'm gonna say about minimum 10 to 20, you know, earthquakes that are happening around the earth. You know, soon as you wake up, while you over here, you probably going to work, you probably going to get something to eat. Across the world, there's earthquakes going around. It reads on, it says, in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. See, we are in a time of the end of what Yahushua was prophesying. He was saying that these things were going to come. All right, so these are the beginning of sorrows. We're living in the midst of the beginning of sorrows. All right, we have been, but the beginning of sorrow, amen, it's increasing more and more. So let's go back into the video, because this is a woman. She's complaining about what's happening in her neighborhood, at her home, with these so-called Haitians. Okay, and it's only gonna get worse, man. Let me go back 10
Understand
seconds.
that our city services are overwhelmed and understaffed. But who's protecting us? If we're protecting them, who's protecting me? I want out of this town. I am sorry. Please give me a reason to stay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and that's one. Now let's get to the Jake right quick. Oh, it's another one. Salaki. Let me get this one right quick.
Some of our buildings. I noticed all of the old familiar spots bearing new signs in an unfamiliar language. I watched as groups of strangers walked around the city like lost tourists, and it was like a punch in the gut. A terrible sadness came over me, and I began to cry. I immediately started to think back to when I was little, walking from my grandma's house on South Fountain through downtown and all the way to Snyder Park, going to Wren's to get new school clothes and shoes, the excitement of the mall for lunch at the Blue Fox, or even better to see Santa, riding down High Street, admiring the beauty of those stately homes and their amazing architecture, dropping pennies in the fountain and making wishes.
You see? And this is the way this Edomite woman is explaining the way of her reality, what it used to be. Okay? But the reality is that America has changed. Ever since the pandemic, you know, as we go into it since 2020, within a span of 4 years, you can see how drastically America has truly changed. You know, it's not what it used to be. And the people, they're noticing it, they're complaining about it, but it's only going to get worse. The reality is starting to set in on these people, because these elites are letting this thing play out, man. And it's all through the doing of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai.
And now, all those warm memories are becoming fuel to the fire of anger inside of me. I feel like we have been invaded by some sort of pest. I'm angry that my friends and family are packing up and moving away. I'm angry that foreigners are using up the resources that were set up for the Americans that reside here. I'm angry that another country's flag was being flown in our city. I'm angry when I see our businesses and recreational areas littered with garbage left by people that do not know or understand our laws and culture and are making no attempt to learn about them. And let me be clear, this is not about race. This is about people being given the privilege of coming here from another country and having no respect for our people, our...
Right. And these Edomites saying that they came you know, how can I say it? These Edomites believe that they just it's just their God given right for them to just be able to say that this is their country. But here it is, their ancestors stole it. You know, they stole it from Jake. And here it is, you got another set of Jakes coming in, really stomping on they shit. And they getting mad, man. And they getting mad that their government or their city councils aren't doing anything about it.
And or our life's work. People living their life here the way they did in Haiti. Angry, stealing, polluting, living in filth, and acting like animals. These are not civilized people. Opening containers in our grocery stores, helping themselves to what's inside and throwing the rest onto the shelves and floors. Pulling off of the highway to publicly clean and gut the roadkill, lying there in front of anyone that passes by. Stealing animals from farmers and leaving their severed heads at the side of an old school where children play. Relieving themselves in...
Hey, man. Levi out here doing the most, bro. And these Edomites, they don't like it, man. It's only going to get worse from here, man. See, the way these Americans was living, they're going to actually see the way that these other countries were living, you know, because the people are coming here and they're going to actually feel it, and they're going to see it, and they're going to actually feel, okay, what poverty truly is. They're going to see how they were made to do such different things, okay? And these Americans, they're not ready for what's truly coming. They're not ready.
Public. Making some barbaric stew out of the birds that live in our park. This is insanity, and it has to stop. What will become of Springfield? Where will we be in 5 years? The thought terrifies me. Will it be some sort of dystopian wasteland with most of our original residents having moved away and those that cannot afford to move being locked inside their homes, living in fear? This thought is keeping me awake at night. I just want the old Springfield back. I know it was far from perfect, but at least it was still ours. Thank you.
You see? Hey. Hold on. Hey, man, the Lord making moves, brothers. The Lord is making moves. We just got to hold on, you know, stay firm. And, hey, we just got to sit back and watch these prophecies hit. The Lord said that all this was going to happen. You know? It should be the time of us rejoicing. We're seeing these things come to pass because the scripture said, let's get it right quick. In the book of Isaiah, chapter 55. Because, hey, the Lord had put the Spirit on his men to speak these words. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. And how is the Lord speaking? All right, he's speaking through the mouths of the prophets. It says, it shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. We told you that chaos was coming. We told y'all it's going to be a time like no other before. We are living in the stages of these different events, all right, transpiring right now, man. Let me go back to the video. Let me get the Jake right quick, because he made headlines too as well. Here it is. This is Jake right here. I'm going to go to what this is, 10 minutes 46 seconds. So let's hold that right quick. Here it is. It says, this is from the foxnews.com. It says, Ohio residents in small town erupt over havoc caused by massive influx of 20,000 of Haitians. It says, I want out of this town. I am sorry. Please give me a reason to stay, a citizen who is considering leaving Springfield said. And that was the Edomite, the first one in the video. And as you go fuming down and reading through the article, hey, man, Jake, it says the Anthony Harris 28. These Haitians are running into trash cans. They're running into buildings. They're flipping cars in the middle of the street. And I don't know how light y'all can be comfortable with this. You know, the Jake was going in on them. You see, different incidents are happening out there around the cities, man. These residents, They actually feeling the pain. And things are, hey man, like, hey, Lord says, don't get settled. Hey, it's a spirit. Don't get settled in the times we in right now. Be on alert. Be watchful, because things are happening in the background. You know. So that's just a quick article I wanted to get. I didn't want to get I didn't want to read it, but it's going to the legal immigrants of Ohio. So let's go back into the quick video right quick.
Comfy chairs and suits, and I'm getting out here every day and I'm broadcasting this, and you guys are just sitting up there in suits or something. Like, I really challenge you guys to get out here and do something. These Haitians are running into trash cans. They're running into buildings. They're running into, they flipping cars in the middle of the street. And I don't know how, like, y'all can be comfortable with this. Like, I don't know, like, who's getting paid from it. I honestly feel like someone's getting paid from it in the background. You got a bunch of people on a bus getting dropped off at a gas station to come down here. I know a single mom that FaceTimed me this morning at the welfare office that really need something. And it's nothing but immigrants over there. And I don't even want to, seem like I'm coming down on the immigrants, because it's the people that's bringing them down here. Because wherever they're at, that's what they're used to, bro. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them. Like, y'all get the Highway State Patrol down here.
Hey man, hey, Jay got there wilding, bro. And this is, it gotta be commands given unto them to be activated. And these are, and when you look at it, man, these are signals being set off, across, the US. When you're seeing something happen over here in this town, something happen over here in this town, something happen over here in another town, these are signals being set off, and these immigrants are looking at what's truly going on. Things are being activated based off these signals of what's truly happening. These things are hitting the news now. It's only going to get worse from now.
Every week, and then y'all get like a task force for the Highway State Patrol, and they look for guns, and they look for dope, and this and that and the fourth. That same people that y'all got riding up and down Limestone doing U-turns, pulling people over for blinkers and pulling people over for going left to center and a couple miles over. Y'all can take them same people, the Highway State Patrol, and you can take them in every single one of their silver Chargers and Dodge Durangos, and y'all can take them to Sunset, and y'all can park them right over there, and y'all can teach people how to drive, since the Highway State Patrol knows so much about traffic laws and know what to do in traffic.
All right, and I ain't gonna keep playing it, because I think go another 2 more minutes from now. And it's just Jake complaining, So you got it from both sides. You got Esau and you got Jake. They both complaining about their basically the reality that they got to live in, and looking at what Levi is doing over there in those in those cities, in those towns, and this has all been orchestrated, been set up, and it's only going to get worse, man. So keep your eyes open. Let me get this. This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 15, because the coming chaos is coming. 2nd Ezra 15:15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Esau, this man, his diabolical plans, these things are drawing nigh. It says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. See, it's about to get real deadly out here in these streets, man. We're going to start seeing a lot of people starting to get deleted. They're going to be deleting one another. This is going to start to bring in chaos, bring in martial law. For there should be sedition among men, and invading one another. Who is that? It sounds like this invasion, these immigrants coming in from another country, coming into this country, and they taking over, man. This is the sedition among men, It says in invading one another. This is what's happening, They out there in a woman's front yard, dropping mattresses on. They're hoarding. They taking over apartment buildings, etc. It says, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. The Jake and the woman, they was going into it. How they go into the grocery stores. If they see something they like, they just take it and throw it back into and on the floor or whatever, or into the the open, what she say, the open basically the open boxes. Just doing what they want to do. They're not caring about what's going on. It don't matter because the police is not doing anything. They may arrest them, and guess what? They come right back out and do the same thing again. We're living in the time right now, and these things haven't escalated yet. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Martial law is going to happen. And even if it don't get to that point yet, before it get to that point, these immigrants, hey, who knows? They could try to lock down a whole city. It's gonna get to that point, man, that the civilians not gonna be able to do anything. The cops not gonna be able to do anything. It's gonna have to bring in what? Martial law. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Who's the men? The men here that's in the U.S. in America, man. A lot of them are gonna be scared, man. You got these immigrants coming from another country. They all lined up. They got their guns. Right? They've been being taken care of by the government. They being activated. They doing whatever the fuck they want to do. There's gonna be a lot of rapings going on. Shit, man. Shit is about to amp up, man. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. You see, it's gonna make a disruption in the economy as well. Here it is, September 18th as well. With the Fed rates cuts are said to be happening. All right, and if it does happen, it's gonna bring in an influx of a lot of these American dollars going into the stock market, driving prices up, beyond measure than what it is right now. Here it is. You got gold hitting its all-time high right now, and guess what? It's going to increase even more. People are waiting for this date to happen, which is going to bring everything into hyperinflation here in America. People are not going to be able to afford their jobs, their homes, food. It's man, everything is coming into its right time. I was gonna do a separate video on this because the brother had shared it here. Going to the headline, the end time headlines. It says the sun is doing something that is not supposed to do, and that could mean big trouble in the months ahead. Look, man, the Lord said that he was going to show us signs in the heavens, showing us that. Well, and what's that in the book of Luke 21? There's going to be perplexity. Let's get that. Perplexity in the, let's get it. Luke 21. Let me get it real quick. This is the book of Luke 21, straight to the point. Get that in 27. So it reads, it says, Luke 21:25. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun. Come on, man. There are going to be signs in the sun. Would not the article say? Damn. It says the sun is doing something that is not supposed to do, and that could mean big trouble in the months ahead. What it says, opinion. It says a giant ball of fire that our planet. Hold on. Let me get straight to the point. Damn, I read it earlier. It was going to different sunspots. I'm trying not to drag the lesson out too long, but I can just attach it to the description box. But mainly going into the things that are happening with the sun right now. This is another sign from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, okay, to warn the elect to get themselves ready. So going back in 2nd Ezra 15, I think that's it. 2nd Ezra 15. No, Luke 21. Salat. Luke 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth distress of nations. You know, you read in the NLT, it says the turmoil, you know, perplexed by roaring seas and strange tides, the people, you know, not knowing what's going on, great confusion as well. It says men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. You see, everything is about to get shook up. Everybody that's living in their highest states, you know, these people who are in power, that's in their heaven, everything's about to be shaken. You know, we're getting ready to see Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, okay, put a different spirit on this earth, man, and we're living within those days, man. You know, it's just a quick. I didn't drag it out too long, but lesson going into what's truly happening in the earth. We're getting the signs from the earth. Read it earlier in Matthew 24, Luke 21. You know, we got the nations rising against nations. We living in the time of the end of what Yahweh Shai was telling us, forewarning us in the book of Matthew chapter 24, man. Okay? So it's the time to, you know, stay diligent, stay prayed up, stay watchful, stay sober. You know, because at any day now, I remember I did a lesson on this a couple weeks ago. Any day now, things could just pop off, man. And you want to be in the right spirit. You want to be in a spirit of being watchful, being sober, being in a sense of urgency. Because if not, you know, you will be taken by the different coming trouble that is coming, right, within the next couple months, man. So, hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to you, Akim, Wa Akwa. I want to give all honors and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who have taught us his truth and who rule well. Peace and safety and salutations out there to you sincere, and you hope for elect, scattered abroad across the four winds of this earth. I'm your fellow servant, Malakia,